Last time this happened, Bitcoin saw over 200% gains, and new data suggesting that Bitcoin holders, well, they are holding. What is up, everybody? There's Bitcoin on the charts. We're going to dig into this. I want to talk about this a little bit different. Not so much a technical analysis. This is Bitcoin on the charts. We see from the video from earlier, Bitcoin has entered this Fibonacci retracement resistance area. We'll see what happens. We'll do an update when Bitcoin makes a move to the upside or downside. But in this video, I want to talk about a couple things going on. Came across a couple cool articles I thought you might find interesting, and I just want to throw it out there. I just want to share it with you. So let's cover it. Here's this one article from Bitcoinist. These two trends show that Wall Street is in a Bitcoin buying frenzy. Bitcoin buying frenzy. You might have heard Bitcoin has been subjected to unprecedented turbulence throughout the past few months, declining to lows of 3,800 before rocketing to highs of 10.5. We know that has been the course of Bitcoin. Also, investor Paul Tudor Jones has been one of the first traditional investors to publicly profess his interest in Bitcoin. But data shows that he isn't the only one on Wall Street who's buying, and this is what I want to talk about. Two key metrics show that the amount of institutional involvement in the crypto market has rocketed in recent months. In mid-May, open interest was sitting at $532 million. Trading volume, however, was hovering within the $300 million range. This divergence suggests that traders have been more prone to using futures to take long-term positions rather than actively trading. Thanks for the hearts. Somebody's over there on Twitter. I'm live right now, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube. I'm doing these live on Twitter, and I see these hearts flying on the screen. One investor pointed out in a recent tweet that the company's Bitcoin trust has purchased 18,910 Bitcoin since the halving took place just a couple of weeks ago. He also notes that over the same period, only 12,337 Bitcoin has been mined. Everybody, do you know the supply shock that is getting ready to happen? I see comments often talking about, Bitcoin right now, the halving happened. Why isn't Bitcoin moving? They kind of talk down to the halving. I thought we were supposed to be seeing all-time highs. You need to understand there is a delay in time when you have supply shock meeting a market, right? There is a delay in when this is going to happen, but you can see things like this happening, and Bitcoin is being scooped up. He adds that this shows, regardless of what banks like Goldman Sachs say, Bitcoin is being heavily accumulated by Wall Street institutions, and it's true. It's happening. Wanted to share this tweet. Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust bought 18,910 Bitcoin since the halving. Only 12,337 Bitcoins have been mined since the halving. So what we just covered, this is the tweet that shows it, and you can see it got some good traction on Twitter. Now, secondly, and I think this is maybe even a little bit more exciting, the last time this happened, Bitcoin surged from 3,150 to 14,000. In 2019, the price of Bitcoin surged from 3,150 to 14,000 when the inflow of Bitcoin into exchanges plunged, and it just happened again. Leading crypto exchanges are holding around 1.36 million Bitcoin, worth around almost 13 billion. The last time major trading firms had such low Bitcoin reserves, the price of dominant cryptocurrency surged from 3,150 to 14,000. This is what it looks like on the weekly charts right here. 3,150 to 14,000. Boom. So the last time this happened was then. The article continues, market data indicates a growing number of investors are moving their Bitcoin holdings out of exchanges. It shows traders have no intention of selling Bitcoin at the current price of $9,400. At $9,500, Bitcoin is seeing the same Bitcoin inflow volume into exchanges seen in early 2019. Fewer traders are depositing Bitcoin to trading platforms, which shows investors have no interest in risking their Bitcoin to sell in the 9,500 to 10,000 range. Anybody I know that holds Bitcoin, they're not selling. That's one thing that I can tell you. I don't know one person that's shorting Bitcoin, that's selling Bitcoin, right? So placed on this chart, here we go. The amount of Bitcoin holders right now, right? People are holding. It's called the holding wave. Actually, it's called the Hata Wave, but it's very similar to what was happening right around here. And it is called the Bitcoin Hata Wave. Hata waves show that over 60% of the supply has not moved for a year or more. 60% of the supply has not moved for a year or more, something which historically has signaled price upside. The last time that such a large amount of supply remained stationary for that long was 2016. Now we're kind of going into a different direction here. The Hata Wave, bear with me, just before the start of the bull run, which sent Bitcoin $20,000. Looking at Swift's accompanying chart, there's a strong relationship between the amount of supply lying dormant and subsequent upward price action. 60% of all Bitcoin has not moved on the blockchain for at least a year. This is an indicator of significant hodling. I'd like to say holding. The last time this happened was in early 2016 at the start of the bull run. Now we can zoom out on this same chart and we can really get a sense of the Hata Wave, because this is the true Hata Wave. The Hata Wave is here. So you can see 2016, the beginning of 2016, this is what he's referring to, the Hata Wave. And we know what Bitcoin did, right? This was the beginning of the uptrend, this parabolic uptrend, this power trend for Bitcoin. And according to data, the same thing is happening here. I said it was happening here. I meant here back in 2016 on these charts. So with these two things, these are very key things. And there's a lot of confluence happening, some bullish confluence of data. These institutions buying, right? Exchanges not holding as much Bitcoin, and holders holding. What do you think is going to happen next? I think I have an idea. That's why I'm here. It's why I'm invested long term. There are no guarantees. If we look at Bitcoin, this is a monthly long-term chart. This is the parabolic chart I created at the bottom of the bear market, right? It's speculative, but I think there's a lot of really good data. I'm not going to dig into all of it, but if we really look at 2016 versus 2020, here is the beginning of 2016, that Hata Wave that we just talked about, the Hata Wave theory, and here we are now. So not only is kind of that Hata Wave theory the same time frame in terms of cycles, but we're at the same point of cycles, right? The halving just happened, and Bitcoin potentially on its way into its next power trend, similar to what happened at the beginning of 2016. It all comes back to where we are now in the short-term charts. How's Bitcoin going to play out? What direction are we going to go into? Is this power trend getting ready to happen soon? Or do we have a couple months before that even starts? It starts here. This is a 6-hour chart. We are in a symmetrical triangle, testing some key resistance right now. That's something we'll track. That's something I'll update you on in another video. But in this video, I just wanted to cover those articles. It was interesting to me. And I think it's some pretty cool data. It's not something I often do on this channel, but wanted to throw it out there. I really hope that you're all doing well. I appreciate you. I see you in the chats on Twitter. If you're here on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn those notifications on. And I'm glad that it looks like Vinny not being notified on YouTube, so he's watching on Twitter. I appreciate that. Thanks, Chosen Logos. Thanks, J-Rock. What's up, everybody? I appreciate you coming by. Time for me to bounce. Time for me to relax. It's been a long day. I appreciate you coming by. I'll see you all in the next video. Let's see what Bitcoin does. Maybe we'll wake up tomorrow, 10K plus. I doubt it. Have a great night, and God bless.